In this video, I'm going to reveal the exact strategies that I used to 4x my Google traffic in just 6 months for my 7-figure online store over at bumblebeelinens.com. And the best part is that these are SEO strategies that are simple and straightforward to implement, and I'll teach you how step by step. Now, first off, the beauty of search engine traffic is that it's 100% free and it lasts for a very long time. Unlike social media, which requires that you post every single day, there are literally articles that I've written 10 years ago that still get me a ton of traffic today. And this is why I always recommend that search engine optimization be a part of your overall traffic strategy for your online store. Now, I've been running my online store for over 15 years now, and my revenue from search has always hovered around 25% of sales. But something horrible happened in 2021. A Google algorithm change negatively affected my site, and my e-commerce store hit its lowest Google traffic levels since 2015. So I enlisted the help of my good buddy Jeff Oxford over at 180 Marketing to help me reclaim my rankings. Now, there are a ton of scammy SEO experts out there, but Jeff is actually one of the very few people I trust in the SEO space, and together we formulated a plan to grow my search traffic based on Google's latest algorithm changes. Now, the plan that Jeff and I came up with hit on all 4 of the major pillars of SEO: on-page optimization, content optimization, technical SEO, and link building. Don't worry, we're gonna go through all 4 of these categories. Now, I always get a ton of questions about link building, so make sure you stay until the end of the video because these link building tips that I'm gonna teach you are crazy effective. By the way, if you like this video, make sure you join my 6-day mini course below. Anyway, let's start with on-page optimization. Now, the most important elements on your pages are your title tag, your meta description, and the content on your page. In order to rank in Google search, you must select the right keywords to target for these elements. Now, to do this, I use a tool called Ahrefs, which is pretty much the gold standard that most SEOs use to rank. Ahrefs will tell you how much search volume a keyword gets and how hard it is to rank that term in search. And more importantly, it will find all the different keyword permutations that you may be missing for your pages. For example, if I'm going for the keyword handkerchiefs, I would type that word into the tool, and Ahrefs would find me every possible permutation and synonym for handkerchiefs, like wedding hankies, memorial handkerchiefs, red handkerchiefs, etc., along with their search volume and how hard it is to actually rank that keyword. Now, for my online store over at Bumblebee Linens, I wasn't starting from scratch, so I mainly used Ahrefs to track which keywords dropped and to prioritize which pages to optimize first. Now, for reference, Bumblebee Linens has over 500 products and over 1,000 pages on the entire site, including the blog. If I were to try to optimize every single page, it would probably take me a year or more, and I wanted to see results right away. So the first thing that we did was we found the low-hanging fruit. Using Google Sheets, Jeff helped me put together a list of keywords that I already ranked for between 5 and 15 in the search results, and these were keywords that if we made some small changes to the page could have a substantial effect on traffic. So for example, if we could get a keyword from 15 to 10 and on the front page with just a couple of tweaks, that would lead to a dramatic increase in traffic. We also put together a Google Sheet that ranked every single page based on revenue per visitor. After all, if a page and or keyword isn't leading any sales, there's no point in optimizing it. For example, I have a page about the history of handkerchiefs and its uses that was ranking in search and getting a lot of traffic, but it wasn't leading to many sales, so I didn't spend any time on that page. Now, for those of you who are new to SEO, here are a few quick tips for optimizing your page around a specific keyword. Number 1, always put your targeted keyword at the beginning of your title tag. For example, if your target keyword is wedding handkerchiefs, you should lead with wedding handkerchiefs at the beginning of the title. You never want your title tag to start with your brand name first. If you want to include your brand, put it at the very end. 2, do not try to target more than 2 keywords per page. This is why you never want to create categories that have a variety of disparate products. For example, if you want to rank a page on your store, make sure it's a very focused page that only targets 1 or 2 keywords max. For example, I would create a separate category for wedding handkerchiefs and print handkerchiefs and not shove all these handkerchief styles in one category. Now, for your meta descriptions, you should write copy that entices someone to click on your link. Now, while the meta description does not directly contribute to your rankings, it does help to include your keyword in the meta description because it may get highlighted in the search results. And make sure you end your meta description with a call to action. Now, the last step of the process is to add content. Now, one of the biggest problems with running an e-commerce store is that it's hard to include content on your pages. After all, an e-commerce store is meant for people to shop, not read. But the problem is that Google needs words on the page to understand the context of the page and to rank it. As a result, you must try to include at least 150 words of relevant content on your product and your category pages. So for example, if you sell shades on your website, how would Google know whether you sell window shades or sunglasses? Google can't understand images, so you must include content on the page to tell Google what you sell. So let's say you sell window shades. Your page should include related keywords like living room, pull down, roller, motorized. And if you sell sunglasses, you'd probably have words on the page like polarized, Ray-Ban, aviator, Oakley, etc. You get the point. You need some content, but the question is, what type of content should you put on the page? Well, the easiest way is to perform a Google search, find out which keywords other people are using, and use them in your content on your page. Now, if you have the budget, you can use a tool called Surfer SEO. Surfer scrapes all the content on the front page of Google for your target keyword and performs a statistical analysis of the words your competitors are using in their content. This is what the interface looks like. Surfer literally tells you what keywords you should use and in what frequency. Now, once you start writing content, it's important to understand where to add the content on your page. In general, if you run an e-commerce store, you don't want to push your products below the fold on a page. After all, customers are arriving at your site to shop, and you should always present your products first. As a result, I always try to include my value propositions above the fold and then the bulk of the content after all the products are displayed. This way, Google has content to crawl and the customers get to see your products first and foremost. This is how you can keep both Google and your customers happy. And again, you don't need a lot of content, just 150 words or so should be sufficient. All right, let's switch gears now and talk about blogging real quick. I found that most blog posts that people write for their online stores get traffic, but very few lead to sales. And this is why you always want to create some content for customers who are ready to buy. So how do you do this? You should create content specifically targeting people who are in the ready to buy phase of their journey. For example, posts like best wedding handkerchiefs or linen versus cotton handkerchiefs or wedding handkerchiefs for the bride are keywords that clearly indicate purchase intent. Whereas if you're writing articles like what is a handkerchief or what are handkerchiefs good for, these are clearly posts for people looking for information and not to buy. This is why it's so important to prioritize the pages you want to optimize based on how much money each page makes your visitor. There's no point in optimizing a page for an e-commerce store. Don't fall into the trap of creating content for the sake of just creating content. Sales is all that matters. Now, the next pillar that led to an increase in traffic was fixing my technical SEO. And this was an important area where Jeff pointed out a bunch of things that I was not doing well. First off, you have to understand how Google works. Every day, Google has a set crawl budget for your site. For example, Google might only spend a couple of minutes crawling your site per day, and in those 2 minutes, you want to make sure that Google is crawling the right web pages. Every website has a file called robots.txt, and in this file, you can tell Google what not to crawl. And if you are not optimizing your robots.txt file, Google is likely crawling a bunch of worthless pages on your site. So what I did was I gave Jeff a copy of my server logs, and he found that Google was crawling a bunch of worthless URLs with weird parameters attached to it and basically wasting my daily Google crawl budget. Then, Jeff created me a custom robots.txt file to guide Google to the right money pages on my site. Then the next step was cleaning up Google search results. Now remember all those pages with weird parameters? Google was indexing identical pages on my site with different parameters. And when Google indexes multiple versions of the same page, it actually dilutes the SEO strength of the page. Now the way you fix this is by using a canonical tag to tell Google that all those pages are really the same page to consolidate your page strength. Now the final thing I did was fix my navigation menu to focus all my SEO link juice to my money pages. Now in my old design, I was using this gigantic mega menu of all my product categories. And the problem with creating navigation this way is that it dilutes the link juice going to every category. For example, if I have a menu on a page that is linking to 10 pages versus a menu that's only linking to 2 pages, the menu that is linking to only 2 pages will pass 5x the link juice to the pages. In other words, it's best to focus your menu links to the pages that matter. The more links you have on a page, the less strength you are passing. Now this is what my menu looked like before. Now if you were to look at my sales, some of these categories yield very little revenue. So what I did was I chose the main money-making categories and I put those in the menu. Then I took the lesser categories and consolidated them on their own separate page. And changing my menu basically focused all the link equity to my main money pages. And then finally, we built more quality backlinks to my store. Now, backlinks is probably where 90% of the people fall short of when optimizing their online stores for search. But fortunately, Jeff came up with a strategy for me to obtain high domain strength backlinks for a minimal amount of work. Here's exactly what we did. First, we found top blog sites to review our products. And this is literally what you do. You just go to Google and you type in the following. Now, once you find these blogs, all you got to do is send an email. And this is the email that we sent verbatim. Just wanted to see if you have any interest in receiving free Bumblebee Linens products in exchange for a 100% honest review on your blog. Let me know if there are any products you are interested in, and I'll be happy to send them. Here are bestsellers. Is there anything that you want? Now, this method works really well, and we managed to get a lot of backlinks this way. Then, we created a Bumblebee Linens scholarship page to attract high domain authority.edu links. This is what you need to do. First off, you create a page, and you offer at least a $500 scholarship from your company. I would say that $500 is the minimum that you can offer in order to attract a university to link to you. You should also create a separate scholarship email address and specify your entry criteria. Here's what my scholarship page looks like. Then, once you have your scholarship page set up, here's my exact outreach email. Hi, I'm Steve with Bumblebee Linens, and we are thrilled to let you know that we are offering a one-time scholarship award of $500 to one outstanding student. The scholarship requires students to submit a 1,000-word essay about a meaningful event that changed their life. More details can be found at bumblebeelinens.com/scholarship, and we would be honored if you'd be able to let your students know about this opportunity and include us on your scholarship resource page here. Let me know if you have any questions. Now, by using this strategy, we've obtained backlinks from top universities like Purdue, Rutgers, and other top institutions. Then, after we obtained a bunch of EDU backlinks, we went back to the scholarship page and added internal links to my top product categories in our shop, which effectively passed SEO ranking juice directly to my money pages. Now, the last backlinking strategy we used was discount code outreach. Basically, this is where you give out discounts for the military, nurses, teachers, students, and first responders. Now, first off, you need to create a special discount code page for each group. This is what our military and veterans discount page looks like. Then we went to Google and Googled the word military discount and found a lot of military sites listing special discounts for veterans. Now, after making this list, we then sent every site an email that was written like this. Hi, I just wanted to let you know that we launched a special discount for our active military and veterans. The discount is for 10% off of any product in our store with no minimum purchase. You can learn more here at bumblebeelinens.com/military. Now, this is our way of expressing our gratitude for your services and efforts that go way above and beyond during these trying times. Would you have any interest in adding this discount to your list? It would be great to reach more of our dedicated heroes through your list of freebies and discounts. Now, using this strategy, we got a backlink from military.com and other high domain authority websites. Now, using everything I taught you in this video, I managed to grow our traffic by 4x in just 6 months. And I just wanted to thank Jeff Oxford and his team over at 180 Marketing for helping me out. Some of these steps, as you can imagine, are quite tedious, especially the manual outreach and the planning part, but this is what Jeff does for a living. Now, I posted his contact info below in the show notes if you guys have any questions for him. Now that you know how we 4x'd our traffic, make sure you watch this video here on exactly how I would start an e-commerce business today if I were to start from complete scratch. This video will be very beneficial for you if you are just getting started.